Sonia G. This is a Moon Babes Monday Night Live. You're here at Moon Babes and the Light Tribe, and we have an amazing topic of chat tonight, of conversation, of discussion, of downloads, of activation, of high-level encodings that is happening today. Our world is shifting. Can you feel it? We are talking about StarLight DNA, light language access coding, and new downloads that are coming in. Welcome, hi loves. I'm so excited to see you, so excited to see you. It's a late night live, and whenever you watch this, I want you to pay attention, because whether it's now, whether it's in a year from now, this is a pivotal moment in the history of humanity in Ascension. And I know that everyone is feeling it. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, we are like, it's not even a next level. It's like a next sequential frequency harmonization that's happening. And this, I know that we're all feeling it. This eclipse next leveled what is available for us, and the next transits are like blowing my mind already, meaning like the next level of what's happening in the cosmos. So let's talk about the things. Everyone, take a deep breath in. Whew. Tune into your heart. Close your eyes for just a moment. And set an intention that whatever is meant to come to you, whatever is meant for you to receive, to know, to activate, to understand, to turn on within yourself, to receive confirmation of, to receive unfolding of your path, whatever it is that your heart, that is on your heart in this moment, as you're watching this, as you're listening to this, set an intention for that to be given to you, to be made known to you, for that to come easily during our time together, for the answers to unfold, for the activation to come, for the answers to be so understandable, so unequivocal, okay? We want to really tune into this because there's so much that is going on. And I want to give you a recap of where we're at in Ascension a little bit, and then we're going to talk about the new things. So for those of you that are new here, hi, I'm Sonia G. My realm of what I do here, because it's very big, okay, it begins where your eyes close. That's my realm. I translate consciousness and light and frequency into words and experiences for you to remember who you are and to activate and ascend and live your best life, right, on planet Earth, while you actually remember who you are on a galactic level. I am known as the queen of the astral planes. I am known as a galactic guide. I've had many names in this lifetime. And I teach about the next level ascension. So I like to be at the very forefront, at the edge of what is possible when it comes to ascension and what we are capable of remembering, activating within ourselves, and experiencing as superpowers, as super being, as creators of our experiences, as sovereign beings in this reality. And also I'm here to liberate the whole consciousness and everything that's happening on planet Earth, right? Some of us came here to really break the chains in a really big way. That's me. So I'm one of the rebels of light, revolutionaries of light. So what's happening right now? Recap, okay? Through the years, and I'm going to keep this short, but I want you to understand where we're at because it kind of adds up, okay? So through the years, whenever you had your awakening, whenever you had your moment of your kundalini, your awakening, your, oh my gosh, life is about something more, right? It's not about all of these physical things. The spiritual stuff comes in, the government's been lying, like all these things that are happening. Then starts the recoding of the experience. You activate and everything, your body starts going through this transition. You go through the dark nights of the soul. You go through remembering who you are. You clear the stuff. You go through the childhood wounds, the mother wounds, the father wounds, right? You work through your Chiron stuff. You move through the astrology. You work through your chakras. You integrate your higher self. You work with heaven and earth. You clear the past lives, right? Like we do all of that. Then it's DNA activations and all your chakras come together. Your chakra pillar comes together. You start to really access who you are on a higher level in all of your higher chakras. You communicate with the earth and the heavens. This is all exciting stuff. In the middle of all of this, you stop having sex with people. You stop drinking alcohol because you're recoding, right? There's these phases. Everything is love and light for a while. And it's like, oh my gosh, we're all one. Everything is love and light. Everything is love and light. And then now separation and the experience of being in the physical comes alive again because we are here on planet Earth experiencing this. And so now you're asked to hold a state of the light and love in the experience of duality, in the experience of separation, and work yourself through the reconciliation of this experience, right? As we experience all of the crazy that's happening on our planet. So we are here harmonizing massive, massive frequencies. In the middle of all of this, we begin mastery. We begin the journey of mastery. So all of a sudden you start to be able to have friends again. We lose a lot of people in this process. We lose friends, we clear out jobs, we detox family members out. We have to clear because our bodies begin to go from carbon to crystalline, right? We begin to go from density to light. And so as we clear traumas, as we heal wounds, as we detox all these things that happen physically, mentally, emotionally, and we become lighter, we're a match for lighter experiences in reality, right? Life becomes better. But once we start ascending, if we don't pay attention to the nudgings of our soul and to our higher consciousness that comes in, then we get derailed, right? We get the 2x4s in the head, as my mentor Gary Esvito used to say, like you get a 2x4 that hits you in the face until you get it figured out, until you listen, right? Because this is like, there's high stakes here. We're here doing a job, right? Our spirit, our soul is here on mission, on purpose. Not everybody on planet Earth is like this, but those of us that are, man, we're here with a mission and we feel it in our soul, right? Like we're here to do big things. We are here to literally bring forth the ascension of humanity, of this planet. It's a big deal to be here at this time and to actually bridge the dimensional gaps, literally, and bringing them all together in this moment of time, reconciling with our galactic family, with our light family, bringing together literally heaven and earth. We have a big job. So mastery phase begins. We have levels of awakenings. Now we start to project consciousness. We remember who we are. We connect with our higher selves. There's different layers of ourselves. Then we start getting into our DNA. Our DNA begins to expand. We have superpowers. We bilocate. We develop telepathy. Synchronicity starts to happen. Angel number starts to happen. You're talking to everybody on the other side. You start to realize a lot of people are talking a lot of shit, right? A lot of people that channel are not talking to the right people. So now you're like, I'm not listening to the people on the internet. I'm going to learn how to get my own information because this is where it's at. You learn to clear. You learn to hold the frequency that's meant for you. Maybe in the middle of this, you have some awakenings that have to do with like medicine journeys or other journeys, or maybe you work with me when it comes to the astral travel journeys. You learn to have altered experiences, which does not mean that you're having necessarily access to medicine journeys, you can create the medicine in the body. So some people choose to do that with medicine. Some people choose to do that with focus and intention and breath, right? However you do that, you start to remember that you've been living limited. So now you access unlimited kind of awareness and consciousness, right? And everything starts to open up. You work with the earth, you develop more of your superpowers, you remember, right, all the parts of you. You start to access back through time, your lives in Egypt, in Atlantis, through in the future, in the past. You learn to collapse time, you can project, right? Like we started doing amazing things, and we learned manifestation, we learned the universal laws, we learned how to do shit that like literally my grandpa would have been like, what in the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like we really have gone quantum in such a short period of time. And now here we are. So now we know that there's multiple levels of who we are through the parts of our souls, that we were our own ancestors, that all of the knowledge that adds up to who we are has been transferred through our genetic line, which means our bloodline, which means our DNA. And we are the ones that are activating the coding inside of our DNA. What is our DNA? Our DNA is light language in form inside of our body. So grasp that, right? We hold the codes inside of our physical body, inside of our cellular structure of language that bridges the gap of time and space. So when we say our DNA is the most coveted technology in our galaxy, this is a big deal. This is why there's stories through time of like humans being abducted, right, by aliens and whatever. It's really because, not that, but it's really because even though that is a thing, and there is such an exchange that really does happen, but our DNA contains knowledge and codes inside of us for a whole new level of living and a whole new way of interacting and of consciousness becoming aware of itself. We don't even have words for the level of what we're about to experience. And so some things are like hard to put into words, right? So now we're up to this year. Now we know that we're working with something big. Everybody's having these big experiences. Everybody understands ascension. Everybody learns that frequency is very powerful. We have to be very aware, very conscious, very much like in our, like we're responsible for our energy. Everyone is responsible for their energy. Everybody is responsible for the frequency that they send out. Our reality, whatever we experience in our daily life, is a manifestation of how we feel inside. And ultimately, we're the only ones that are responsible. It's not our ancestors. It's not our anybody. Like, we are the ones that now have the tools that can do something about it. For all of our ancestors, for all the people, you know, in the front and in the back of time and sideways through time, whatever. But it's like, yeah, a lot of us were dealt shitty cards, right? In our upbringing. A lot of us have had crazy ass traumas in past lives. We're here now and we have the tools and we get to make the difference now. And so this is where we're at, right? So we learn all of these things. It's kind of like from babies being born on planet Earth. We have to move through all of this experience to get to this point now. So now what happens? Now we have tools like sound, like breath work, like all sorts of healing techniques, right? Like so many reprogramming practices. And all of a sudden, here's the next level. This year, what has happened that I think is the biggest frequency shift that we've had, the most massive ones have happened in 2012, which everybody knows this. 2012 was when we entered that fifth dimensional access. Like so many of the wheels of the cosmos like shifted, right? It was known in the Mayan calendar. So a whole new dimensional axis. We emerged, Earth emerged in the galaxy as like we became part of the Milky Way, right? So now we had access to galactic knowledge that was not available before. This is like the science of Earth moving literally up in the galactic Milky Way, like we emerged. Okay, science. Anyways, after 2012, we had a very big frequency shift that happened in 2019 in the winter solstice. So at the end of the year in 2019, we had 12D consciousness that landed on the grid works of the planet. These are the light corridors that are held all around our planet that we connect to with our chakras, with our energetic field, we live in a morphogenic field, right? And so everything that we do is connected through these light lines that are around the planet. There's different grid works of reality. Depending on the state of consciousness that you hold in your body, you connect to a different light grid. So in 2019, we had a shift, and 12th dimensional energies, we had this like big jump. From 5D, we went all the way to 12D. 12D was now available on the planet, like for everybody to access. This was huge. This changed big time. And then after that, right, we have the whole 2020 thing, and a lot of people awakened, and a lot of there was an expansion of consciousness. Then there's been moments that were very, very important, right? That were like life-changing. We went from 12D, the next jump was a big, big jump. We shifted through the mirror dimensions, which were our ancestral access of states of consciousness, right? Because it was us in time mirroring our own consciousness. We are our own ancestors in time. And then we shifted all the way through the source codes. It became all accessible. So we went from 12 to 39D. And this happened in the summer of 22. I know it kind of sounds funny when we say it like this, but there's cycles, right? And it always starts to come in at equinoxes or solstices, because this is when the luminaries align with the axis of the earth. And so the biggest shifts in consciousness happen on those days and with specific planetary alignments. So in the summer of 2022, we received massive downloads, and the new 39D grid was born on planet Earth. This was a massive soul job of mine that had to happen, and it was a really big thing to birth on the planet for everybody to start accessing this higher level of consciousness. Now, what happens with the 39th dimensional grid is it's not just at your feet, right? We're in it. We are fully inside of the field. We are in the framework of our reality. We are creators at a whole new level. And it's taken us just about 2 years to actually understand and to start working with it, systems inside the body and outside the body, to actually integrate it. Every time we have new bandwidths of frequencies, think about a radio station, new bandwidth, new sound frequencies, new knowledge, new light that is available, we get to work with it, right? Because light and sound and knowledge activates remembrance in us. If we actually do the work to match and to spark it and to electrify it, right? Within ourselves, because everybody can, all sorts of things can be out here. God, the universe, the angels, the planets, fucking everybody can be right here beaming at you. But if you are here in resistance and you have a field that pushes it out, and this stuff is trying to remind you of who the fuck you are, but you're no, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to stay in my Chiron wound, blah, 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 right? And your higher self is trying to tell you stuff, but you're continuing to have this bad day and put resistance up or whatever, right? It's not generally like that, but you get what I'm saying. Then this frequency transmission in time goes away. And then you forget, and then that opportunity is gone. And that energy did not activate inside of you, which means even though it's inside of you, it's dormant. It's not active, so you're not utilizing that. So then you feel like you're left behind. Then you feel like, why can people do this and I don't? Why do they feel better than me and I don't? Why haven't I figured this out yet, right? It's because there's something in you that didn't get activated. And I'm not saying this for everybody. I'm not saying go out there and get FOMO, because that's not a thing. Everything happens in the time that you feel led to it. I'm saying stay true to your calling, right? Like stay actually like in alignment with your soul's path and mission and purpose, because that's when you feel good, right? That's when you feel truly happy. That's when you feel the joy of your soul expressing itself in this reality. That's when you feel truly alive. It's not like just the temporary happiness, but it's like that eternal sense of happiness that comes from beyond that feels so good, right? It's the thing that people seek outside of themselves. People seek, medicine journeys and parties and whatever, like physical things. They seek these moments of joy, these moments of happiness, these moments of fun that are so fleeting because they only last until this experience lasts. But when you actually activate frequencies inside of yourself and you learn how to do this work from within, nobody can take it away from you. It's not a thing that you take one time and then it goes away. It's a frequency that you have active inside of you, and then you hold it and it's yours and you learn to integrate it. That's mastery. That's sovereignty. That's you truly becoming a creator of your experience of reality. This is powerful stuff, right? So one of the things that happened since 2022, right, since the 39D grit hit the planet, is we realized, hey, we are not stuck in cycles of astrology. A lot of you have been inside of my workshop, which is called Transcending Astrology, which means we're done with the cyclical nature of our birth chart and the stories that astrologers have held us constricted in, right? Because astrology is really, really cool, but we never know what we don't know until we actually discover it, until somebody figures it out, right? Until somebody invents electricity isn't possible, right? Until somebody decided to create an airplane, flying wasn't available, right? So we get to create the things. So until somebody said, hey, we need to break the cycles of astrology, and I don't know who did, but I'm sure I wasn't the only person, but it's like, this is something that I stand for. Like, we need to create a break in these cycles of astrology, right? Like the way that the patterns are told, that needs to be revolutionized. And so transcending astrology was this, okay, we get to work with the planets as consciousness. And then there was Star Codex, which was a course in which we recoded and we crystallized the knowledge inside of the planets. What are the planets to us? The planets, which are stars and planets and constellations, okay, they hold knowledge in place in the form of starlight that beams down on Earth and reminds you of the form that you took in consciousness inside of your body, right? Why is your birth chart important? Do you ever ask yourself this? Like, why does it matter that you were born on that day and you look at the stars, right? And when the stars transit, like, oh, hey, where is, this planet is now in a position that's in opposition to your natal Mercury, whatever, right? Right now it's like, oh, maybe you're looking at your Jupiter, like your Jupiter, the transit on 420 for Jupiter is like going to be in this position compared to your natal Jupiter. Why does it matter? Because that moment in time is gone, right? Like the day that you were born is gone technically, but it's not, because you are the physical expression of that moment in time. Therefore, you are still holding these codes of creation that you were born with, right? You are your own star map. And that's why I keep calling it star map and star chart instead of astrology chart and whatever people call it, a birth chart. But that's the essence of who you are in planetary expression, to the degree that we've learned how to express it on paper, right? From the imprints that we receive from the planets. The planets are holding these codes for us because we couldn't fit them in our physical body. We couldn't activate them, right? Especially when you're a baby, like you don't have space for it in the body. Now that we've done all this work, now we're getting to this moment. Now we're getting to now. Okay, so our next level of ascension, now that we've done all this work, we've weaved in a new kind of light grid that goes on our 39D grid, which is our source code grid. So this is a 39th dimensional grid that is fully around the planet, and it now contains 6 elements, with us as being like the 7th element of this whole situation. If you're a part of any of my recent experiences and courses and meditations, you know all about this, which obviously I don't have time to teach you everything here, but I'm telling you things so that you kind of understand, like gauge yourself and where you're at, right? Now that this is available, we have filled our grid work with an amount of light that is so magnetic and is ready to hold knowledge in a whole new way. Think of it like a fiber optics kind of a network, right? If before the framework of where our reality was kind of sparse and it wasn't holding as much, now it's thick. The light is thicker. It's more powerful. It's come together. It's weaved in. It's stronger, right? There's a power in an electrification in this light where this knowledge is coming in and wants to land, right? Like these new codes, this new intelligence wants to land. Guess where it really wants to land? It wants to be activated inside of us, inside of you, inside of each and everyone's DNA, because our DNA is light language in form. And so frequencies that are coming in are going in from stellar transmission. This is a star transmission recoding of our genetic expression of who we are. That's happening right now, right? And everybody's feeling it, because you may be feeling ascension symptoms, you may be feeling extra tired, you may be feeling headaches, you may be feeling parts of you coming online that you don't understand what the hell's going on. Like, why am I hearing this? Why am I seeing this? Why is this hard to do? Depending on where you are, it's coming in a different way, right? You may be seeing things that are different. You may be experiencing things that are different. A lot of people are looking at themselves in the mirror and seeing a whole new side of themselves that they've never seen before. A lot of people are experiencing reality holograms like coming in. There's all sorts of different ways that this can be expressing and that you can be experiencing it in like practical life. But a lot of it is, it's very important that you actually get into it, that you learn to discern these transmissions that are coming in, and that you do something about it. Because if you don't, and if you ignore it, and if you don't pay attention to what needs to be done, it will end up feeling like you're getting sideswiped. It will end up feeling like you're getting that 2x4. It will end up feeling like you're so tired that it's like the fibromyalgias and like the too much energy in the body. Like there's literally too much energy stored in the body because you're not processing it, you're not integrating it, you're not harmonizing with it. Okay, so this gets us to where we're at now, which is a higher level of harmonics that are available for us with the star systems and our nervous system and our DNA. That is amazing. Everybody go read the page of the things that I wrote on Empire of Creation. This is the new digital course that starts on 4/20 with the astrology that we didn't even talk about of Uranus and Jupiter. Uranus and Jupiter are coming in for the most electrifying and expansive transit of this year. It's about to change our reality on 4/20. And the Uranus is like very electrical, very electric downloads, okay? And Jupiter is, yes, expansion, yes, abundance, and yes, everything that is like truly the physical manifestation of the wealth, the spiritual wealth, the material wealth, everything in abundance. And the downloads are coming in, and they're coming in into Taurus, and they're going to be so electric. And this is so the next level of new earth. And I urge you, I rarely use this word, I urge you to get ready for it. Okay, I'm going to be teaching inside of Empire of Creation, which is a very big kind of a wording for a course. I've never used that because like empire is like very powerful, and it almost feels like, whoa, am I really using this word? But it's your empire. You are so in charge. We are each so in charge of our experience of what we create that it's time that we get responsible on this level, because we truly are. We need to remember how powerful we are, because we've been playing so small in comparison to what we're actually capable of doing on this new level of this new bandwidth of the reality, this new level of frequencies and codings and sounds and knowledge that's coming in. So our DNA is coming online in a whole new way. So it's going to be a whole new sequence of DNA work that's going to be available after this transit. And it's coming up fast. We've had a sequence of events right now that is very, very powerful. And it's about to get more electrifying. So remember your grounding, remember your connection and your integration to all the layers of your higher self, your galactic self, your God self, if you know how to connect yourself through to the layers of your founder self, who you are in time. Like, these are all very important and powerful things, because the thing is, it's not just about you in the now anymore. I know this is kind of like mind-blowing, but it's really not about you in the now anymore. Now that you're aware of you and your past lives and your future self and your future timelines, and we have all of these extraordinary link-ups of ourselves through times, now we're actually responsible to harmonize with all the parts of who we are, which is a whole new level of living, because it kind of gets you to feel like, oh my gosh, my mind is going to break, because one day I feel like I'm this person, one day I feel like I'm this one day I feel like I'm living over here, one day I'm like over here, one day it's this higher self, one day I'm in fucking Egypt, one day I'm here, one day I'm in the future, now I'm in this timeline, right? Like, we are like operating at a level that humans have not, the human body has not been able to operate at in millennia. We are reactivating the possibilities and the codes of consciousness inside of ourselves. Like, you know, like how in science they say we are only utilizing a small portion of our DNA because the codes are like dormant, because we have strands that are dormant. Like, all of that is coming online. This is a big job. This is a big, big job. Like, we've been utilizing for millennia 20% of our DNA. We have like 80%, like, you know, that we've been working off. I mean, we're halfway there by now, but damn, it's a big job. So this is the stuff that is happening, okay? And this is this new bandwidth of reality that's opening up. It's like sound takes form. It's like the words sound, okay? When sound takes form, when matter organizes, when intelligence organizes, it becomes sound. When we can speak, right, it means we're organizing our thoughts. We're organizing intelligent energy. We're translating parts of intelligence and realities, right? When we say intelligent things, not when we just like spit out stuff, you know what I mean? But when we actually think about speaking up when it matters, you know, like those kinds of things, we actually give like we give conscious awareness to an energy that wasn't so before. And this is something, when people speak about something, like right now, we're talking about something that matters and you feel it. There's a difference. We're not talking just about chit chat about what we're going to have for dinner, which can also be very fun and everything, but it's not the same. This is like a level of communication where you're birthing something new. You're organizing energy into form, and the form is the sound. So first, right, in the beginning was the word, and the word becomes like a frequency. Depending on what we're talking about, there's a bandwidth, right? There's a sound resonance that from my voice and for what I've organized, it speaks to you. And because of the energetic frequency, because of my energetic signature that's transmitted through sound, and you listen to it and you receive it and you tune into that, you receive on that level. You receive based on what you're available to receive, to listen, and to activate inside of you. This is the same thing that's happening with our star systems on a whole new level. Our star systems, the constellations that hold the codes to our birth charts, to our personal star charts, are beginning to transmit codes of consciousness after this transit in a whole new way. It's about to get a whole lot louder, okay? Like in terms of what's coming in for downloads, because the transmissions are coming in direct as light language to our DNA. So you have to get a hold of your DNA, okay? And if you're so lost in this conversation, if you don't know, like, what are we even talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, parts of us, what is happening, right? Like, I'm sideways going in and out. I highly recommend that you go to my website, which is moonbabetribe.com, okay? And you look at these courses. The first one is called Evolution. This is the one where I take you through the knowledge of the DNA, the science, understanding actually what's happening to our DNA and how the mutations are happening and how you can actually reconcile yourself through all the parts of who you are. You're going to experience recoding through yourself in time and space and planes of existences. So if you haven't done this work yet, this will feel like you can breathe again. This will feel like, oh my gosh, this is who I am. I'm not just here, because it feels compressed right now if you haven't done this work. If you haven't opened up your transitional availability to transition through the parts of who you are, it can feel like you're compressed, okay? So that course is called Evolution, and you can ask me questions, send me a DM here, because I don't think it's even in the list here on the links that I have on my Instagram, but it is on my website, and you can ask me about it, or you can email the Moonbabes team, info@moonbabetribe.com, okay? Because that is like, it's next level knowledge, but it's about to become baseline knowledge. Everything is shifting in our world, and I know you feel it. So having an experience and an understanding of who you are on a genetic level, like your DNA and how it works to activate it, is baseline. It's so important. And after that, the next course that I would so highly recommend is called The Golden Era, okay? The Golden Era is the course that was birthed to reconnect with the God and the Goddess in us through the times, through the ancient times. So we actually went back to the very first time that inside of that course where we were conscious on planet Earth, and we brought everything back because our blood, our DNA, okay, has carried all of that through. But if we don't do anything with it, we just have flashes of memories or dreams or lucid dreaming of past lives, but we're not utilizing it. And you know that you're meant to utilize it. We are here to do something with it, but what? Okay, so this is where we actually do the work, where you remember, where you pull it together and you figure out what you're meant to do with it. And I take you through processes, right? And we do the work together. in order for you to know what it is that you're meant to do. What is it all about? Why are you here? Why are you having these memories? What does it all add up to, right? So all of that. And now we're shifting into this next level. And where we are is we are becoming creators on a whole new level of reality. Like the goddess of creation, the gods of creation, we are embodying that part of ourselves. We're not really embodying it yet because we have to activate it first. We have to activate it, we have to integrate it, and then we embody it. But this is becoming responsible for the reality around us in a whole new way. We are the ones that get to decide the direction of where we're going now, right? This is a big deal. And so in order to do that, it's a lot easier to be like, hey, let me track back to my original intelligence and soul purpose and mission, and let me harmonize, especially nervous system harmonization, which means that you're calibrating to the frequencies that you are meant to carry. So your nervous system is not stressed out, so that your adrenals are not shot, so you're not depleted, right? But so that you're replenished, so that you are actually frequency connection, beaming and transmitting information and downloads at the rate that it feels good. So you actually feel like your nervous system is regulated to the higher frequencies of ascension, right? And you're surfing the wave on top, as I like to say it. You're staying on top of it. You're creating new systems, new ideas, new ways, always open. You're always manifesting the solutions. Everything is always working out for you. Everything is always harmonizing. Your aura literally recodes the way for you. The answers come to you the second you think of the questions. Like, these are the things and the ways we work with ourselves through the knowledge of the lineage of our star lines. Our stars, the stars, are recoding with us. We are weaving our DNA with the stars and with the knowledge that is available through time and space and planes of existences. So the being of who we are is expanding in an extraordinary way beyond our comprehension. And this is the thing that I started saying is go and read the words that I have written on the page of Empire of Creation, because just reading it will be an activation for you. And then you will know. And the truth is, I've been sitting on this course because, and we're here, we have to start it. And I haven't even actually put the modules in. Everybody that's registered has an email explaining what we're doing in module 1, but it's not even on the website page, because sometimes these courses, they're so big and they're so we're birthing such huge light knowledge and light, such big systems of reality through these courses that sometimes it freaks me out too, because I am also having a human experience. I'm like, we are doing what? We're actually really doing this? We're going to be capable of right? If you were with me on the eclipse and you went to the Stargate that the eclipse opened, and this is something that we did here on Instagram. If you haven't done it yet, go and do it. It's a free astral reconciliation that we did for quantum timeline shifting during the portal of the eclipse. For the first time ever in the history of the astral planes, we all collectively signed a collective soul agreement, soul contract in the astral planes. We all signed a contract, meaning it was terminated. We completed it. It was done. Finito. Done. And this was such a liberating moment, and everyone experienced it. So in the video, if you go and do it, you'll hear me saying it. And I was shocked. So I was like, wait, wait, this is happening. I'm seeing it. We are all signing it together. Everybody is signing it together. And it was such a moment, because then if you look at the comments and if you listen to the comments at the end of the video, you'll see that everybody was like, oh my God, I knew I was waiting. I was given this pen and I was shown my soul, the contract, but I was told to wait. I had to wait. And then we all had, and I didn't understand why. And then you said we are all doing it together. Like, it was so powerful, the way that everybody experienced that moment, and we all knew it needed to happen, right? My job is to give it voice. My job is to organize like the energy of these experiences and to hold the space for this transformation to actually occur, for these experiences to occur. And it was such a liberating moment. And everybody that did that meditation felt so much better, so much lighter, so incredibly harmonized, right? And every time you do these kinds of, you have these kinds of experiences, every time you do the work, this kind of work, you know, in the astral planes, which really the astral planes and within ourselves happens at the same time. So you're doing the work within and without at the same time, right? We're really bridging this gap, because we're not just astral traveling, we're astral projecting. So we're conscious in the physical and we're conscious in the astral plane. This is how we are the rainbow bridge between heaven and earth, right? And so in these experiences, of course, I hold the energy for everybody and I talk you through it. And it's really, really powerful. It's life-changing. Like, you're never the same after an hour of work. You will not go back to being the same person, because your consciousness just expanded, right, on that level. And so imagine what we're going to do. We have 5 powerful modules inside Empire of Creation. And we are starting, I'm going to read to you what we're going to do in module 1, just in case this is for you, because this is not even on the website yet. It will be tomorrow, but it's not yet. So many things have not been on this website. There's a part of me that's like scared to teach this course because of how powerful it is. Yet I'm so excited. And those of you that understand this, it's like when you are so excited and that there's like an energy that's like is scared in you when you know that this is the thing that you're meant to do, and it like freaks you out and excites you, and it's like, oh my gosh, I get to actually speak about these things, like I get to actually do these things, like we get to experience these things together. This is wild. Who am I to do this? Who am I to teach this, right? But this is the thing that I'm here to teach, and this is the experience that I'm going to teach you and that I'm going to take you through. And I know that you guys will be like, of course you're going to do this for us. Of course you're creating this experience, because this is the kind of stuff that you do. So, let me see if I can find where I wrote it. So the point of this course is, it's called Empire of Creation, Mastery of the Evolution in Reality. So reality is in evolution. Are you actually evolving with it, right? So this is a nervous system wiring. We are rewiring our nervous system with the star system harmonics of the new creation flow, which really is a new creation bandwidth, which really means it's a new creation frequency, okay? So this is a journey of star medicine and nervous system rewiring with ancient goddess elemental alchemy, upgraded DNA, and integrated layers of higher and lower selves. The most embodied you've ever felt in your physical crystalline light body, holding your highest frequency, and weaving the story of your reality on the new harmonic system of creation. This feels like living your personal legend. It feels like living what your soul came to live on planet Earth and expressing at the level that you came to express. And it feels like light. It feels like truth. It feels like knowledge. It feels like that frequency that feels like home. It feels like you're doing it right. You're winning. You're in that success. You're in that, right? Like when it feels like you're being celebrated by like the sun and the wind and the stars and everything around you and all your friends and family and your ancestors and your guides and your angels and everybody else. So this is what we're doing in module 1, okay, which is happening on the 20th. So in 5 days from today on 4/20, which is really funny. Nervous system, harmonization, and expansion. This is going to be a module that's going to be the first of its kind ever. I've never taught a module like this because this has never existed before. And this is going to be I'm going to explain what we're doing. And then second part, we're going to do a meditative astral experience. And so this module is get ready to experience your DNA consciousness encodings coming alive inside of your body as you never have before, because it never has existed. And this first of a kind experience of DNA harmonization with the star systems. Oh, I'm so excited. As Jupiter and Uranus come together in our skies for the most electrifying, powerful cosmic current Stargate opening of 2024. Do you guys know this is the most important transit of 2024? It's amazing. We will attune our DNA access to activate, remember, turn on the next frequency, becoming available in the astral planes from within and through time. Right? What I was telling you, backwards and forwards in time, we're accessing our DNA genetic lines through the bloodlines. In a multidimensional, morphogenic, and cymatic experience that will rebirth you at a whole new level. This is going to begin your journey of creation on a whole new frequency. Your new frequency emergence. So, you know those pictures? Just take that in, and then you can go read it on the website tomorrow. You know those pictures that float around on the internet, like the memes that are like a picture of a star? It's like a big, beautiful, shiny star. And then the writing says, I found this old picture of you, right? And it's a star. That's really it, right? Like, originally, we have been so many layers of consciousness, and there's a whole new star system right now. Oh, I can't remember. I have the article to share with you guys, but there is a, let me see if I can find it. There is a star that's going to burst, and we're going to be able to see it from the naked eye. It's like the stellar explosion that is happening that's going to last for like a week. And it's going to be, I'm going to share this on my stories. It's going to be visible. It's in the Corona Borealis section. So it's in the crown section, right? So Corona Borealis is one of the constellations. I can't remember. I think it's between now and the next 4 months. Hello. It's happening now. It's definitely going to happen after this transit, because this transit is going to be electrifying a whole new crown on moments for the cosmos. And so what happens when consciousness expands is star systems burst. So we're going to be able to see it, and it's going to be like a whole experience. And that's what's happening inside of us, inside of our DNA. It's literally the skies are going to be doing it at the same time as we're doing it inside. We are expanding our consciousness. We're like star systeming, stellarizing. We are, I don't know. We need a word that's associated with star. We are, I don't know, crystallizing, starring, no, maybe stellating, stella, like star. Star in Italian is stella. We're going to find we're going to find some new words inside this course, that's for sure, and in the new system. Maybe it's like stellarium or planetarium, but like stellarium where the stars are. So maybe it's like a stellating system. I don't know, but we're going to do what the stars do, and we're going to do it inside of our blood, and we're going to figure out in our DNA, and we're going to figure out how to say this in human words. So we're going to find this. But you're going to see it literally in our atmosphere as much as it's happening inside of us, because we are harmonizing with the star systems. Okay, so us and the stars, we're going to be working together, and it's our DNA and it's our nervous systems. And what's going to happen is this stuff is going to happen no matter what. The stars are going to have this burst in the Corona Borealis no matter if you do this work or not. But I'll tell you what, if you do this work, you're going to feel a fuck ton better. You're going to feel like, whew, you're doing amazing. Everything is working with you. All the roads are opening. The pathways are opening. The abundance is flowing. The people are coming. The houses are manifesting. The romance is working. The friendships are working. The children are thriving, right? Like life unfolds so much easier, even though you don't actually do anything about those things, when we do the work in the higher planes, because we become a match for a higher frequency experience. So we become a match for a better life. And so automatically when we do this work, everything shifts. So the things are going to happen no matter what in the cosmos. The things are going to happen no matter what in the world around, right? There's still going to be wars. There's going to be economical things. There's going to be this, there's going to be that. The world continues on a framework of reality until we get to be at a level of consciousness where we can literally break that up. We get to own our own creative power. We get to be like, on this empire level of creation, to the point where we can actually break up through these old patterns and these old ways of doing things, which are crumbling right now. But we get to emerge, break through, and create life beyond that. We get to stabilize our own frameworks of reality, right? So that all of our realities like come together and birth these new systems. And so we have to be so grounded in who we are. And who are we? We are star consciousness birthed into human bodies. So we're going to go back, and not back, but we're going to go into this, back inside of ourselves to expand with the cosmos in this new way of consciousness, giving like expression to a whole new level of consciousness. We're rebirthing consciousness at a whole new level of existence on planet Earth. And so I invite you from my heart to come and join me inside of Empire of Creation. This is the new mastery of reality experience where we do all of this work. Go and feel into the words on the page. It's linked here in my bio at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe, and it's on my website at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe. And if you have questions, ask me. Okay, the price is going to be changing the date of the course. So as we start on the 20th, it's going to go up. And as I add more of what's coming up next in the course, as you don't feel into it as much, but as you can read it, then the pricing will go up. That's generally how I do it. So if you feel into, if you do your work and you tune into it and you're like, this feels crazy, but I know that I need to be in this and I need to do this experience and I need to transform on a cellular level and my nervous system needs to recode and I know that my DNA is coming online in a whole new way. I want the support. I want to be taken through this journey. I want to learn how to be a creator on a whole new level. Then you jump in, right? And even though you don't have all the details and the dates and the modules yet, and then as soon as that comes in, then the pricing will go up. It will continue to be available, so there's no rush about it. I just have my own way of creating and making it an exchange where it feels really good. So go and check it out. And right now, the moment that you jump in, the moment that you register for it, you get access to one of my favorite all-time morning meditations, which I call it the magical morning meditation because it's so good. So good. And it will shift you in like 11 minutes in the morning and you listen to it in bed, which is so good. You don't even have to it works on your subconscious and it's like, and you wake up and you have a better day. I love the subconscious work. You don't even have to do it consciously, but the work in the course, we're going to do it hands-on consciously. Okay. And I'm writing a whole new manual for this one. So powerful. So you get access to 3 new bonuses. You also have the activation and integration work for the solar eclipse. So you get all of that, which is so important right now. Okay. So you have instant access bonuses and morning meditation. And we're going to go live together on the 20th for the Uranus and Jupiter conjunction. Oh my gosh, in Taurus. So excited. Wildly electrifying new levels of abundance. And this abundance is coming from within. It's coming from our DNA. It's coming from what we're capable of truly activating inside of ourselves. So let's go do this work, my loves. I hope you had an amazing time. I hope that this really brought you answers to the things that are on your heart and maybe on your mind. And then whatever you want to tell me, comment below whenever you watch this. And if you have questions, ask me, because this is a profound moment in it's a profound moment in time for humanity, for the ascension of humanity. And we so have to do our job to remember who we are. Everybody is going through their next level. Everyone, no matter where you're at, you're being asked to next level, right? There's so many things that are coming at us. And remember that reality, physical reality, will keep you so busy until you decide that the busy is not it, and you have to do the spiritual stuff first. Remember to put your spiritual stuff before your physical busy stuff, because otherwise you'll keep getting busier with the physical stuff and the spiritual stuff will never unlock. But if you start doing the spiritual stuff before the physical stuff will be so much easier. That's how it always works, because the spiritual reorganizes the physical, but the physical does not reorganize the spiritual. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have to do physical work, because we do. We're doing literal physical transformation stuff. So also we have to do stuff in practical physical life. You can't just do the spiritual work and then sit on your ass, right? And disconnect from life altogether. That's not it. But if you do the spiritual first and then the physical, it works so much smoother and faster and easier and better than if you do it the other way. So, and if you've tried, you've known. We just sometimes have resistance in it, and we say, oh, I have to do this first and this first and this first, and then I will get to my meditation. I have to do this and this and this, and I have all of these logistical things to do, and then I'll get to do my spiritual work, right? Make time for it. Make time to do your work, and watch how much smoother your day goes. Watch how much smoother your month, your quarter, your year goes, right? Because you're actually putting your soul and your soul work first. Okay? I love you. If you jumped in at the end of this, go and watch it from the beginning. This has been so good. Thank you for joining me, my loves. It's Sonia G. This is our Moon Babes Monday Night Live here at Moon Babes and the Light Tribe. For any of the links, any of the courses I mentioned, go here to the link in my bio and click at Moon Babes and the Light Tribe, or send me a message or email the Moon Babes team. You can always get a hold of us at info@moonbabetribe.com, and our website is www.moonbabetribe.com. Okay, we have so many resources. There's so many free resources, and on the app, if you go to the Google Play Store or to your iOS, like your App Store, and just put in Moon Babes app. Generally, if you Google Sonia G Moon Babes, all sorts of things come up. But if you go to the App Store and just put in Moon Babes, you'll find the app. The app has lots of free meditation resources. There's lots of workshops. There's the courses listed on there, and everything now you get access through the app, which is so nice and so easy. You have an app, you don't have to deal with all the website things. It's you can check your progress, you can complete the module. Everything is so easy and beautiful and pretty and vibey, and we love using it. And I love you guys, and I will see you on my stories through this week and inside the course. And let me know if you have questions about Empire of Creation. Super excited about it. I love you. Mwah.